What do Madonna, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jodie Foster, Gina Davis, Laura Dern, Sigourney Weaver, and Sarah Jessica Parker have in common? They all lost the voice role of Abby in Chicken Little. This was the most sought after role of 2005. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I covered the very underappreciated movie Shark Tale. However, this week we are going to be talking about a movie that I believe is even more underappreciated, Chicken Little. This movie has everything you look for in a movie: a folktale, aliens, ugly ducklings, foxes that slay. Let's get right into it. Now, Chicken Little is based off the folktale Henny Penny. Why is it called that? Now, Henny Penny is about how an acorn drops onto a chicken's head, and then the chicken is like, the sky's falling, and everyone's like, you are acting hysterical, babes, calm down. And that's really it. But this movie is based on the idea of what happens if the sky was actually falling. So the movie starts off with the classic kind of fairy tale opening where a narrator is bringing us into the story. It makes a joke about the Lion King opening. And then it does the whole opening a fairy tale book cliche thing, but then it makes a joke about how cliche that is. Is this Shrek shade? Now, the movie starts off with our protagonist, Chicken Little, at the top of a bell tower, ringing it and dinging it, talking about how the sky is falling, stressing out the whole town. The town is in chaos. Now, Chicken Little is voiced by Zach Braff. You probably know him as the old man dating Florence Pugh. Fun fact, Chicken Little originally was a female character voiced by Holly Hunter. She actually worked on the film for 8 months until the movie studio was like, you know what? We need to gender swap this movie because girls will watch a movie with a boy protagonist, but boys will not watch a movie with a girl protagonist. Other actors that were in contention to voice Chicken Little were Michael J. Fox, Matthew Broderick, and David Spade. Okay, so back to the movie. Chicken Little is ringing his little bell, saying that the sky is falling, and then we get to see Nick Cannon grabbing all his babies and running away. Within all of this complete chaos, something slingshots into the water tower, and for some reason the water tower is a sphere, and it starts rolling through the town, causing mayhem. There is a whole theater full of people watching Indiana Jones, and just at the right time, the dome of water rolls through the cinema. So the whole town congregates around Chicken Little, who keeps on saying that the sky is falling. He says that the piece of sky that fell was in the shape of a stop sign, and that it hit him on the damn head. Then his dad, of all people, finds an acorn on the floor and goes, "Was this it?" Gaslighting him to the max. And then the town basically comes to the conclusion, oh, this little chick was making it all up. An acorn just hit him in the head and he thought the sky was falling. And then the dad chooses to be embarrassed. He's like, I can't believe you did this to me, son. It was just an acorn. It's like, you are gaslighting him. You just came up with that theory on the fly. You don't know whether it was an acorn or not.
What?
We flash forward to 1 year later where they have decided to make a movie about this incident. Like, they are absolutely clowning my boy Chicken Little. And the most messed up thing about this all is I don't even think Chicken Little is getting compensated for this movie. Like, you are just wanting to embarrass him, at least let him get a bag. So Chicken Little's dad is driving Chicken Little to the bus stop, and in the background you can see someone using a goat as a lawnmower. Okay, that's kind of funny. Then in the background we see a bird that keeps on running into a shop window. Like, why do birds do that? They are so goofy. The shopkeeper then comes outside to investigate what's happening, and it is a bull in a china shop. Do you get it? So his dad drops him off at the bus stop. The bus conveniently comes immediately after, but then he gets trampled and the bus leaves without him. Can he get a break? We are then introduced to Chicken Little's bully, Foxy Loxy, who is the most slay character in this movie. She cannot help but devour every single scene that she is in.
This is a potential mother.
She decides to throw a bag of acorns out of the window, and Chicken Little rolls over them and slips. She ate. Chicken Little is still trying to catch up to this bus, but then he falls into some gum, and then for some reason he has a lollipop in his pocket, and he slingshots his way out of the gum, but now he has lost his pants. Oh my gosh, it's really hard to defend you at this point. point. He arrives at school, but he has no pants, so he wants to avoid everyone, so he uses a soda pop as a jetpack and shoots up into a window, but then unfortunately engages in some public indecency. He then goes into his locker and makeshifts some pants out of homework paper. We then go to a scene of mutton class. I have no idea what mutton class entails, and then we go to a roll call. We got us some Foxy Loxy, we got us some Loosey Goosey. We are then introduced to Runs of the Litter. You can call him Runt. Fish out of water. You can call him Fish. And then we are introduced to the character that is competing for most slay with Foxy Loxy, Abby Wallard.
This is a potential mother.
Also known as what Foxy Loxy likes to call her,
Ugly duckling.
she kind of ate. The movie then uses the most chaotic sound effect when they show a shot of Abby. I've seen this clip all over Twitter. It's giving the same energy as that video of Demi Lovato with the ringtone. The teacher then accidentally calls Abby ugly.
You mustn't sneak up on me, ugly, Abby.
We then cut to the next class, which is PE, where they engage in some dodgeball. Not as big as the dodgeball game that they held at the 2014 Choice Awards video that I covered on my gosh cross promotion. And once again, do we expect anything less? Foxy Loxy slayed everyone. While they're playing dodgeball, Chicken Little has a plan and tells his friends that he needs to do something amazing and great so everybody forgets about the embarrassing thing that he did a year ago. And if he succeeds in his task, then his dad will no longer see him as a loser, lame-o wannabe. Abby then slips up and calls Chicken Little cute. Oh, okay. Friendship to lovers pipeline it is. Foxy Loxy then sucker hits Abby with a dodgeball. It's a slay against slay crime. Chicken Little is like, hey Foxy, you can't do that, and then she orders Loosey Goosey to slingshot Chicken Little into a window. Loosey Goosey is like Mocha from That's So Raven. As Chicken Little is sliding down the window, he accidentally pulls the fire alarm, everybody gets wet, and his pants disintegrate.
Who are you to get me wet? Who are you to get me wet? Who are you to get me wet? Did I ask you to get me wet?
He's taken to the principal's office where the principal gives a stern talking to Chicken Little's dad, basically being like, your son's a flop. You weren't a flop in high school. You were like the all-star baseball player on our team. Why is your son not like that? Because of this, on the ride home, Chicken Little suggests to his dad that he joins the baseball team. The dad's like, why don't you join something like the Glee Club?
It's turkey lurkey time.
They arrive home and of course their house is a chicken coop. And we get a dead mom alert. It's not a Disney movie if there's not a dead mom. We then get a montage of Chicken Little trying out for the baseball team and he surprisingly makes the team. I'm suspecting that this is a situation where everybody that applies gets to join. We get more of a montage of Chicken Little practicing while Foxy Loxy is getting home run after home run getting in the newspaper every week. She can't help but slay.
Well done, Mama.
We then flash forward a few months, basically after the whole baseball season is almost over. Chicken Little has not played once. He's a bench warmer. But oh no, several of his teammates are injured so they can't play, so Chicken Little has to bat next. His coach is like, don't take the swing, just walk. I don't understand baseball rules, but I assume it means that if you just don't swing, it doesn't count? That's a weird rule. He gets a strike 1, he gets a strike 2, and then surprisingly, he hits the ball on the 3rd try, and everybody is in shock, including Chicken Little. He starts running the wrong direction. This was stressful for me to watch, but then he ends up running the right direction, but there is some tomfoolery happening on the field. He somehow ends up getting a home run. Foxy Loxy is not happy about this. Her crown slipped a little. Chicken Little then gets slimed the exact same way Will Ferrell got slimed in the 2005 Kids' Choice Awards video. You should go check that one out. Chicken Little's dad is finally proud of him for once. Woo-hoo. Chicken Little was then celebrating in his bedroom singing We Are the Champions and the auto-tune.
I am the champion.
Chicken Little and his dad bond and
What was that?
why do his bed sheets look like that? I'm not getting a good feeling about this, guys. He then thanks his lucky star, and the star falls from the sky and hits him on the head. Oh my gosh, not again. It is one of those hexagon things that he was talking about in the beginning. Oh. Yeah, like one of those things. This kind of confirms that Chicken Little was a liar in the beginning of the film because he said that the sky looks like a stop sign, and this stop sign has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. This is a hexagon. Did you not pass geometry, babe? And I'm not giving you a pass because your bed sheets have hexagons on them. Chicken coop wire is hexagonal. Like, you should not be stuffing this up. Chicken Little screams and his dad downstairs making popcorn, and I only bring this up because it reminds me of this video of Dorinda Medley.
Hey, what the hell is going on here?
Comes running up the stairs, but Chicken Little hides the hexagon because he does not want his dad to be embarrassed about him again. After the dad leaves, Chicken Little realizes that the hexagon can camouflage itself. Chicken Little calls Abby, and she is having a karaoke night with her friends singing Wannabe by the Spice Girls, and I vividly remember this being in the movie.
If you wanna be my lover.
So Chicken Little is basically like, come to my house, I gotta show you something. And the biggest mystery of this movie is, how did the pig sneak into the house? Fish is playing with the hexagon and basically does a, what does this button do? And pushes the button, and then the hexagon levitates while Fish hops onto it and the hexagon flies off with Fish. So you could say he is a flying fish. I didn't make that up, that was in the movie.
Flying fish!
The gang follows the hexagon, which takes them to the baseball field where a giant tornado comes out of nowhere and a UFO lands in the middle of the baseball field. Aliens come out of the UFO and they go off somewhere. I know where they're going. You'll figure it out by the end of the film. The gang sees that Fish is inside of the UFO, so they have to go inside and retrieve him. While in the UFO, they come across a one-eyed monster. Just kidding, it's a three-eyed monster that we will later come to realize is named Kirby. Runt is so scared, he just wants to go home. He can't take the pressure of it.
I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it.
But don't you think any job interview...
He tries to calm his nerves by breathing into a paper bag, but then he inhales the paper bag. Like, this movie was funny the whole time. I was laughing the entire time.
Run.
okay.
Where's your bag? Where's your bag? You need to breathe in the paper bag.
They then come across a mural of our solar system where most of the planets are crossed out and now Earth is circled. We're next. The aliens come back to the UFO and catch the gang red-handed, and then they realize that Kirby is missing. Where did Kirby go? They then have a chase scene in the woods, which leads them to a cornfield, and not to make a pun, but this is kind of corny. Aliens in cornfields. Come on now. The aliens make a symbol in the cornfield, and this is never talked about again. Like, nobody ever finds the symbol in the cornfield later and goes, oh my god, aliens have been here. The gang is like, we need to go to that bell tower and ring the bell and tell the whole town that aliens are here. Chicken Little does the whole soda pop jetpack thing and rings the bell, and the town comes running, and the sound of the bell scares the aliens away. Chicken Little tells the whole town to follow him to the baseball field so that they can see the UFO, but right before they are about to see it, the whole town is like, oh look, a penny.
Oh, look! A penny!
So the whole town misses out on the UFO, and they think that Chicken Little is crying wolf, or chicken. Yeah. Runt's mom is so unhappy with Runt that she threatens to take away his Barbra Streisand collection. That is not okay, ma'am.
Don't make Mommy take away your Streisand collection!
Mom!
Chicken Little looks to his dad and says, please believe me, and the dad is like, no, I'm embarrassed again. Because the aliens left without Kirby, they call for more aliens for backup. While Chicken Little is walking home all sad and stuff because nobody believes him, Kirby follows him home. We then get a news story about a bunch of lemmings jumping off a park bench. Why would Disney include this knowing the scandal of them throwing the lemmings off of a cliff, pretending that they jumped off themselves? The dad is getting hate mail, filling up semi-trucks, even from his own mother.
Hey, watch your mouth. Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, I love you too, Mom.
Chicken Little is outside sulking. His friends come over to show him some support, and out of nowhere, Kirby is like, abla, 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 ah, and freaks them all out. For some reason, Fish can understand Kirby and tells everybody that that's his name is Kirby, and that his parents, the aliens, left him behind. And all I can think about is, you got yourself into this mess. You didn't need to leave the spaceship. You chose that. Out of nowhere, the sky cracks.
The face crack of the century.
And now the whole town sees this happen and they realize Chicken Little was not delusional. Aliens are coming. But Dad is finally like, Chicken Little, I believe you, I'm sorry, let's get out of here. But then Chicken Little is like, no, we have an alien baby and that's why the aliens are coming down. They just want to search for their kid. We just need to get the kid back. And the dad is like, oh my gosh, like you are making my life so difficult right now. Obviously the whole town thinks that they are under attack. So Foxy Loxy does what she does best, slays, and throws a rock at one of the aliens. But unfortunately it backfires and she gets vaporized. For some reason or another, the group gets slingshotted into the movie theater where the dad and son finally talk their feelings out. We get some closure and then Chicken Little tells Abby that he always found her attractive and then kisses her.
By the way, I'd like to say I've always found you extremely attractive.
They really said, let's just get this love story out of the way. The aliens find Kirby, but the dad is holding him, so they try to vaporize the dad. They have a near escape, and then Chicken Little is like, you know what, we need to climb up the bell tower again, and then hand Kirby back to the aliens from there. While they are running over there, the dad is using a trash can lid as a shield and reflecting the vapor rays away, and I'm just kind of confused, like everything else has gotten vaporized. Why is a trash can lid invincible from a laser? Chicken Little screams out, we will survive, which is the perfect opportunity for this movie to play I Will Survive.
We'll survive!
I will survive?
In the bell tower, the elevator is out of service, so they have to run up the stairs. Their drumsticks are burning. Chicken Little tries to return Kirby, but he gets vaporized. Chicken Little and his dad and Kirby are now in this black floating abyss, and this three-eyed Wizard of Oz-like thing is saying,
Let go of the kid.
Kirby runs away and is retrieved by his mom that is voiced by Catherine O'Hara.
Sweetheart! Oh, Kirby, I'm so happy to see you!
Chicken Little and his dad are pleading for their lives, but then they are informed that they have breached intergalactic law 90210, which is punishable by death. But then Kirby tells this person that, nah, they're telling the truth and let them go. So this three-eyed person is actually Kirby's dad, and they just wanted their kid back. I mean, we would all do the same. The aliens return everything back to normal and then tell us that they come to Earth every year for acorns, which explains why Chicken Little saw the sky falling exactly 1 year ago and why there's this acorn connection. That is also where the aliens were going earlier in the movie when the UFO landed in the baseball field. They wanted some acorns. An alien then tells us that when Foxy Loxy got vaporized, her brain waves got scrambled. She is now in La La Land and singing Lollipop, and the aliens say that they can return her back to normal, but right before Runt is like, no, leave her the same.
Put her back the way she was.
No! She's perfect.
Lollipop! Lollipop!
Like what? The movie then flash forwards to 1 year later where the movie that was meant to come out where Chicken Little was meant to be hysterical has now been rewritten into some big action space adventure with a hot version of Chicken Little, a hot version of Abby, a brutish version of Runt, and Fish speaks English.
Commander Little, the evil Foxloxian army has broken through the planet's atmosphere.
Ain't No Mountain High Enough plays with Chicken Little and Abby holding hands. During the end credits, Runt and Foxy Loxy sing a rendition of Don't Go Breaking My Heart, and then the Cheetah Girls sing a cover of Shake Ya Tail Feather.
Come on, baby!
And that is the end of Chicken Little. On a rewatch, it is just as good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below telling me which movie I should cover next. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!